Hello, my name is Tyler Haynes. I'm a senior at Lamar University and will be graduating with a bachelor's in management this May. I will be giving you information on Bitcoin and other blockchain technologies today.
So, today we will look at what a blockchain is and how it works, the benefits of blockchains, and the possible applications of blockchains. In its simplest terms, a blockchain is an electronic ledger or record of all activities that have happened in a system and is publicly available to everyone within the system. The most well-known use case of blockchain technology currently is Bitcoin, so I will be using it as my example to help explain how blockchains work. In the case of Bitcoin, the blockchain is the ledger of all transactions that use Bitcoin that has ever happened since the inception of Bitcoin. It keeps track of who sent the Bitcoin, who received the Bitcoin, and the amount of the transaction. So if we look at how it works, the ledger is kept by volunteers in the system. In the case of Bitcoin, these are called Bitcoin miners. They use their own computer hardware to run the computations that add transactions to the ledger. Since everyone has access to the ledger, all information is public to everybody. When one transaction is verified, all future transactions have the record of that, meaning going back and altering transactions are all but impossible as everyone has all of the previous records to verify that against. The system is kept safe using cryptology. Cryptology is the study of mathematical techniques used to secure communications in the presence of third parties. By using a system of encryption, it can be extremely difficult to impossible to crack someone's value in the system. So if we look at the benefits of blockchains, it is a secure system due to the use of cryptology. The whole system is transparent. This leads to a higher quality assurance as everyone can keep track of what happens in the system and is accountable as a result. And the computational load is spread throughout many different computers, spreading the costs associated with that with many different individuals. And then finally, there is no central authority. The entire system is decentralized, meaning no one entity has the power over the whole system. And according to Ron and Shamir, no single entity, no matter how initially benevolent, can succumb to the temptation or be coerced by a government into subverting it for their own benefit. This means you are not subject to any policy changes, increased fees, changes in the products over time, etc. And the chances of one individual or group taking out the entire system is exponentially reduced. And we can see that looking at the visual graphic I've included. On the far left is the central server. This would be something like a small to medium-sized business. If one attack on that central node can take out the entire system. If we look at the middle one, that's going to be a series of server, maybe something like Google or Amazon uses. And one attack on one of their server nodes may take out many individuals on the system, or the whole system itself if it still tackles that central node. In a blockchain network, like Bitcoin, by attacking any one individual, you have very little impact on the entire network, making the entire system much harder to take down. So some of the possible applications of blockchains include accounting. By recording transactions through blockchains, you virtually eliminate human error and protect the data from possible tampering. In banking, just as in the case of Bitcoin, banks are currently looking into applying the same style of blockchains into their systems. This can help reduce the chances of hacks taking out the system. In supply chain management, blockchains can add traceability and cost effectiveness. It can add an element of transparency and quality assurance to a system. In voting, by having everybody have access to the information on the system, it becomes much more secure and aids against voter fraud, especially in the modern days of e-voting. If we look at stock exchange, Australia is currently switching to blockchain technology to run their stock exchange. The new system has been in development and testing for over 2 years and aims to cut the cost of transactions and make them faster and more secure.
In summary, blockchain technology is one of the newest ways to keep records on the internet. It is kept secure using cryptology and the structure of blockchains themselves. It does not rely on one central entity and has high quality assurance due to its transparency. We have seen its success in the rise of Bitcoin, and it has many applications that may be used in the future in a variety of fields. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation and learned something about blockchain technologies and how they work and their implementation. Thank you very much.